Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, we got a key lineman has returned to the Vols. This is really good news for us. Also, Michigan, man, they are desperate to keep Harbaugh.
Jerry, please, 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 please.
We're going to get into both these stories, but let's start out with this good news story of Javontae Spraggins. This story is on Volunteer Country by Evan Crowell, and Javontae Spraggins officially announced his return to the team. This is really key. This guy plays guard. He's very good offensive lineman. He's very seasoned. This is his super senior year. Says he'll return to the team for 2024, which is a big boost to the offensive line coach. Glenn Ellerby, I'm sure, is thrilled. It comes just days after we picked up Lance Hurd, who's the five-star transfer out of LSU, which was just a fantastic pickup. He's going to play left tackle. That's where we really needed help, was at tackle. And this guy's going to be excellent. I feel great about our tackle position now with Lance Hurd and John Campbell. Those are two really nice pieces. Then you've got Spraggins at guard. You've got Cooper Mays at center. We still need one more guard, I think, to feel really confident about protecting Nico. And look, you only get so many quarterbacks like this. You need to protect the dude. And it looks to me like they're doing a great job. And we do have depth. Let's not forget, we do have several players over there that can spell guys and in case of an injury can play. So it's not like we're not in pretty good shape already, but I would like to see one more key offensive lineman brought in from the transfer portal. Even if it's just a guy for 1 year that's like a fifth-year senior or a graduate senior, that would be just fine. Just somebody to protect Nico this year would be very helpful. And I feel pretty confident they'll find one. We needed a tackle. We got a tackle. And here's the thing. We've spent a lot of money. Everybody thinks, oh, why don't we just go out and spend? We spent a lot of money retaining guys, like Mays, like all these offensive linemen, defensive linemen, key skill guys. We're keeping a lot of key guys. So don't feel like we're not spending money. We absolutely are. We've got the #1 NIL collective in the country, although I think Ohio State may be #1 now. They spent $13 million out in the transfer portal to bring in all these key guys. And it feels to me like Ryan Day, this is it for him. He had better win. Well, the big thing, he's got to beat Michigan. If he doesn't beat Michigan, he's gone. And that's just the way it is up there. Well, I take that back. He could make the playoff and then make a run and be okay, but he needs to beat Michigan and win the Big Ten. I think if he did that, even if he didn't do well in the playoff, I think they'd be okay with him. But that leads us to Michigan. And Michigan and Jim Harbaugh has been the story of the year between the sign stealing with Connor Stallions and the NCAA, the FBI, the PTA. Everybody's up there investigating this team. And Michigan's trying to keep the band together because they just came off a natty. So let's get into this story. This is on Wolverine's Wire by Isaiah Hull. It says, Michigan offers to make Jim Harbaugh the highest paid coach in college. And we're going to get into the details of that. Now, we know yesterday it looked like he was almost ready to cut a deal with the Chargers. It was all but imminent, but it was not reached. Now, my understanding is he's bringing his wife out there. So normally when you bring the wife, you're probably pretty close to cutting a deal. But it sounds like Michigan is still trying to work a deal with this guy, and they're looking to make him very highly paid. And the way they're going to work it, their president, Santa Ono, said he would do everything in his power to keep Harbaugh in Ann Arbor. Says that includes offering the coach a contract that would make him the highest paid in college football. It would include escalator clauses to keep it that way, which means he's going to get the Nick Saban contract, which is automatic increases if other coaches get paid more. And there'd be language that would better protect Harbaugh against what has been an aggressive NCAA. I guess that's their words. And they say, will that be enough to keep Harbaugh in Ann Arbor at least for another year? It's unclear. I say it's very unclear.
It's got to be America's team.
This is getting very interesting. You've even got the Falcons involved. But I keep hearing that they've made a heck of an offer, the Chargers have, and that they're very close to cutting a deal. But Michigan, look, this is the darndest thing I've ever seen. If he goes back to Michigan, he's going to have to deal with the NCAA. Now, Michigan's going to have to no matter what. But Harbaugh, he can just walk away.
Just walk away.
And not have to worry about it. Get a bunch of money and start teaching Herbert how to be an NFL quarterback, which he's already pretty good. So we will see what happens. I think he should stay and deal with the ramifications of NCAA. I think he owes it to the people of Michigan. But I just can't imagine he's going to sit in there and take that crap from the NCAA when they start peppering him with a bunch of questions. Does he strike you as somebody that's reasonable and is going to sit there and go, oh, well, yeah, you know, that is pretty serious. I better take this very... No, he's going to tell them to stick it, and he will tell them more. I just can't imagine him sitting in there letting some hall monitor give him grief. He is just... I know people like Jim Harbaugh. They cannot take being talked down to by some pencil pusher. They will not.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Plus, he's an A-type personality. He's aggressive. He's got a mean streak. I would love to be in a meeting with him and the NCAA investigators and watch that. That would be some of the most entertaining viewing you could possibly imagine.
Roadhouse.
I'd love to put that on YouTube. I'd get millions of views. So we'll see how this plays out, but Michigan is really trying, and I don't blame them. Look, that Ono dude is under so much pressure from the Michigan fan base to keep him, it's not even funny. And I'm sure there's people at Michigan that are like, look, just let him go. He's nothing but trouble. But those are your little English teachers and people in the humanities and all that think sports are a bunch of crap. Believe me, the Michigan fans love Harbaugh. He may be an a-hole, but he's their a-hole, and they're going to protect him with every chance they get. And look, he brought him a natty. What do you expect? I understand that perfectly. I really do. And I can't blame him. So we'll be keeping track of this bad boy. And, I will be on Talking Vols tonight. They've got a big charity event. We're going to be talking all about the Vols. It's going to start at 7. I'll be on around 8:45. There's going to be a bunch of folks on there. Let me pull that up for you. And that's right here, Talking Vol and Friends. And A to Z Sports will be there, Pancakes and Bacon, VolQuest 247, looks like Jason Swain and myself, and there'll be others, don't you worry. So if you have time tonight, be sure to check that out. That is for the Fisher House. That's to help military families, very good cause. So be sure to check that one out. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover all these big stories, my Vols, of course, the SEC. I can't quit watching the Harbaugh thing. That's the darndest thing. That's the biggest story in sports this year. And if you've not subscribed, it's on your right, my left. Just hit this little button right here. Costs you nothing. Help you get my stuff if you like keeping up with this. And right here's a video YouTube thinks you'll enjoy based on your viewing history. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.